I think there's a lot of misinformation about recruiting. No offense, LinkedIn, but oh my gosh, the things I read online.
Welcome to the Bullpen podcast hosted by Taurean Consulting. I'm Sonia Pedowick.
I'm Bobby Watkins.
And I'm Misty Rodriguez.
Each week we'll be bringing you different episodes about fintech and talent.
It's going to be exciting to be able to talk about these topics in depth, to be able to bring you guests, to be able to dive into topics on recruiting, mental health, the job market, new technologies, and of course, everything happening in our beloved city of Las Vegas.
Do you want a job or not?
Let's grab the bull by the horns. Welcome to the Bullpen podcast hosted by TCG. I'm Sonia Pedowick.
I am Bobby Watkins.
And I am Misty Rodriguez.
I love it. Today, we are going to talk about why Taurean Consulting exists, the purpose of our podcast, as well as our overall mission. Just have a fun little conversation about all of those things. So I founded Taurean Consulting, 9 years ago now. And really, I think I just wanted to do it to be disruptive in the market. Of course, Taurean is a zodiac sign for the bull, the month I was born. And I wanted to kind of mess things up in the recruiting. I didn't want to follow rules, really. That was kind of why I founded it. I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I didn't want to follow the robotic way of agency recruiting.
Sure.
And so that was, I guess, in a nutshell, that's why I did it. I belonged to a big publicly traded company, and I was like sort of tired of just you have to do it this way, you have to charge this amount, and you have to follow these rules, right? We've all worked for
Absolutely.
big, and you're kind of in that box. And so I'm not necessarily a rule follower. I don't think you guys are either, but you've also worked for those big box recruiting firms.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you want to share a little bit about that and like the difference between working for those big companies and then working for like a small business like this. Like, what's the big difference that you see and kind of making that transition?
I think it was mainly to be able to work happy.
Yeah.
So we ran into each other after what's the word I'm looking for? Is in between.
Mhm.
Yep, that was the word she used.
Yeah.
In between. And I was not happy. So
Gail.
Sonia suggested I take this.
Colby assessment.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you want to call it though. An
Yeah.
assessment.
Yeah.
And it said I was in between. But at the end of the day, I was really unhappy.
Yeah.
So I think I even cried on my call with her. So yeah.
And we'll have Gail on a future show to talk about that because
That's
that does
gonna be
have to do with like hiring and how to make sure you're working in your lane, right? And the correct term is in transition, that you were in transition.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And so I think unbeknownst to me, Taurean was born out of the fact that I was in transition. I wasn't working in my natural lane. Like I was like constantly told, you can't do this. You have to do it this way. And I am just by nature like a disruptor, right? If someone's like, well, we can't do it this way because we have to do it.
Why not? Why does it have to be your way?
Right.
Because our clients don't work the same way every day. Like things move fast, have to move fast. We have to, and sometimes we have more time. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, not every client is the same. So
Right.
why should we be cookie cutter?
Right.
So.
Yeah. And I wanted to find a way to be able to solve a client's problem or a candidate's problem and both meet in at a point of a job, right? A career path. And so I found that, big corporations and the world needs them. I don't fault them. That's what makes the United States go around. But if it's at the cost of profit margins or this or that, and this person doesn't get a job or we don't solve a client's problem, like what are we really doing here? And so I was like, well, wait a minute, maybe I can create a company or do it my way. And then the end result still produces the candidate gets a job, the client solves a problem.
Absolutely.
And so what? We made 5% less on a placement fee, or we converted somebody to full-time 2 weeks earlier, or we charged, 5% less on a gross margin. It didn't matter to me because at the end of the day, the relationship got me more placements, got me better standing, or I just felt like the great working happy was what I wanted to do.
Well, if we're happy, then our clients are happy, right? And then our candidates are happy because they get to work with happy people.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a sad recruiter.
No.
Like, right? At the end of the day, do
Yeah.
you really want a sad recruiter?
No, not at
There's
all.
lots
No.
of them out there.
No.
So
There's plenty of them.
yeah,
And
for
for
sure.
me, it was more so like, especially dealing with sales, there's a lot of moving targets. Seems like always there's a moving target. You do this, they max you out, and then they're like, hey, you can stretch 5% more. And it's like, well, really? I almost killed myself
Right.
stretching that extra
Right.
5%.
Right.
Oh,
But next
yeah.
year, so, in my tenure at a corporate company, I've seen almost 5 comp changes.
Ooh.
So, it's interesting. Don't mark my words on that, but it was a few in the,
Yeah.
We
so,
didn't name any names.
Yeah.
So you see that and you experience that. And I know a lot of salespeople have done that and seen that. And so come with a smaller boutique, we can set those standards up front, have a honest conversation.
Yep.
Hey, what are your goals? Stuff like that. And then we set it. And then what I like about Taurean is Sonia gives us the freedom to do a lot of things. There's no parameters on what I can go after or
Right.
what you can do here, this and that. And then we can even go after some of those companies that may not hit the mark or fit the profile that the corporation is looking for. We can
Right.
still go after those and make those people happy too.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool too.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we all just want to put people to work.
Yeah.
That's the fun
In this
part.
market? Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I mean, even when times were good, it's like the more people we put to work, the more fun it was.
Yeah.
And the more problems we're solving. I mean, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, those were wins for us. And that's part of the challenge and the fun is how can we solve this problem for this company and be like, oh, I was a part of that, or I helped open this property or solve this problem or put together this team that, did this big technology problem. Like I'm a tiny little part of that, which is, I don't know, I always thought was
Pretty
kind of fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then especially in Vegas, like with having kids, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I get to point out, like, hey, I staffed that person. Well, we work with that. Like, oh my gosh, Daddy, you work with that? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And so that's pretty
Yep.
cool too to have those conversations.
It is
and,
a small environment.
Yeah. for
Yeah.
sure.
Somehow my kids think I'm part of a lot of big things. I'm like, oh, well, yes,
We
I
are
am.
in our own way.
Yeah.
I built that.
We are in our own way. Yeah. I'll take it.
Superhero.
Exactly.
That's a win.
Yeah.
Superhero. Super recruiter.
Super
recruiter.
recruiter. That's true. Definitely. Yeah. And that's how we came to be part of our core values. We were talking, limitless. Like, I don't want to put any limits on what it is that we can do. As far as like, if anyone came to us and was like, can you do this? Of course, we can. We're going to find a way to solve that problem. I want us to be bold in those decisions. I want us to our tagline for Taurean is expand the realm of possible, be able to like think beyond the limits of traditional recruiting. Again, Taurean being my zodiac sign and being a bull and Bullpen being the podcast name, being disruptive because that's what technology is. We started out as a technology staffing firm and I'm sure we'll talk about it more on this podcast, how we're now venturing into like finance and administration because the landscape of jobs and employment and technology has changed too.
Oh, yeah.
But how can we be bold in the steps we're willing to take for our candidates, the clients that we're working with? How can we be limitless in those decisions to get the candidate a little bit more money, to be creative in the job search process? How are we being different in the recruiter seat, the account manager seat? Like, how are you guys finding that you're being able to do that more in this type of environment than maybe in a corporate structure?
Well, I think for one is because we get to sit next to each other, right? I'm like, I just throw things and ask questions. And I think that's one of the things like in smaller recruiting environments, like we're all in it together. So
Yeah.
it's not just Bobby's on this call or he's on this lunch or whatever. It's more of we're all a part of it. And I think one of the wins for that is that they also get to know they're working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With not just Bobby, not just you, but the recruiters, me or, rest of the team, whatever. And we get to tag along too and be like, hey,
Yeah.
let me show you my, wit and lack of charm,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, and
my introvert, no.
for sure. And it definitely builds a inclusive environment so everybody knows that they are just as valuable as everybody else. I like that style too because in case I don't feel pressure if I have to leave or take some vacation or something like
yes.
that. You guys are with me every step of the way. You guys can pick up where I left off.
Yeah.
So it doesn't put anybody in a bind or anything like that. And I don't have to work and look at my phone
Right.
the entire time.
Right.
On vacation.
Right. And yeah, that one of our other
Start
core
crying.
right.
Why?
One of our other core values is empowered, right? That we can make those decisions for each other. We're all copied on each other's emails. We're all shared information, and we all have families. We're all in different stages of family.
Oh, man.
I have teenagers and rising college students. Unfortunately, having to age myself. Some of us have babies at home. Some of us just became grandparents.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up. How'd she do it? Misty.
Like Bobby.
And so, I want to be able to pick and choose the times of the year that I can be with my kids, and take a month off and
Oh, yeah.
suck up all that time before they go off to college, right? One last year, one going this year. And then, you have a new baby at home. And so being able to pick and choose those times that are important that you can't necessarily always do in a corporate structure. I mean, that right there was enough for me to be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I need to work for myself and then create a culture that we can do that, or the water heater breaks, or, my tires out, like everything, life happens, right? And we need mental health days.
Well, and that's the flexibility, right?
Yeah.
Of working for a smaller, we're still all connected one way or the other. But like, I think in the bigger, for myself, in the bigger corporate environments, it was the fear all the time, like anxiety, like, am I doing my job? And I know I was doing my job, but we were in a little bit of a time there where things were rough with right, tech. And we all know, I don't have to rehash it, but it was just like always this stress on my back. I don't even know how to explain it. I would go on vacation or take a day off and I could still, feel the fears. And it took a while to get rid of that. And I was like,
yeah, I mean, and listen, I get corporations, and I was a division director for one, and you'd hit these milestones and they're like, well, how can you get 30% more? And you want that. And even as a business owner, I want that. It's not that I don't want to grow. It's not that I don't want to do more. It's a different kind of pressure. Now that pressure is solely on me as a business owner to figure out how am I going to make that happen. And when times are tough, it's that pressure isn't deflected to a company, right? It's deflected to me as the business owner, right? But it's different because you have skin in the game in a different way. I think when you're a small business, right? It's just a different way of looking at it. And then we have bold and fun. I think fun clearly I don't know.
Epitomizes.
The blooper reel alone recording these podcasts are evidence of fun. But I do think we have fun. I think we can talk about what's going on in our lives and laugh at each other and poke fun. And I'm obviously biased.
It's facts though, and not necessarily not having ramifications of your jokes or whatever case may be, because we are respectful with it. But
yes,
I'm not worried about if I said a cuss word, am I going to not. But you guys get what I'm saying,
right?
Yeah,
I'm offended.
Yeah, you can't say that shit.
As I'm the one over here cussing up a storm, and then I apologize to him. I'm like, sorry, I don't mean to. I just sorry.
Yeah,
but sometimes you have to explain it that way. There's just no way around it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Respectfully offensive.
Absolutely. Especially as I'm the only male that works at TC with all women. It's fun. And
I mean, your lavender coffee flavor sort of cancels you out there a little bit.
Who likes lavender out there?
Nobody.
Hit a like or something. Give me some love.
No. When he first started working here, I was like, just let me know what you want at the coffee bar, what kind of things you need at the office. And I get this like, yes.
That's why the lavender's in there.
Lavender coffee, though.
Flavor.
Oh, it's so good. I
for
can make
tea?
No.
For cleaning your bathroom.
I can make you some coffee.
Or even your
lavender.
bed, like the spray for the
bed. A calendar scent.
Lavender helps you sleep.
No, not
But I don't know about in my
flavor.
Are you willing to try it?
But like week 1, I get this request for like lavender flavor coffee syrup. I'm like, who the?
Well, she's like, who did I hire?
Does he want to clean the office? What is happening? And every 3 months I have to reorder, and I'm like, oh
so
my
we
god!
Get all these likes for people that like lavender. Then what?
Or the negatives. I mean.
I know. What happens if the negatives, the thumbs down outweigh the thumbs up? Can I stop ordering this?
What was the other one? He's like, I don't.
Bacon?
Don't knock bacon. That's
like
every low carber's dream.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so then
that's what makes you unique. Work with Bobby.
So we talked about it, and we decided to launch this podcast. What do you guys think? Why do you think this podcast is important?
Ooh, where to start? I think there's a lot of misinformation about recruiting. No offense, LinkedIn, but oh my gosh, the things I read online, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, and it even comes from recruiting. Like
Right.
there's some recruiting, there's some from candidates, there's some from, you know what I mean, like managers. And I understand the frustration 100%. We've all been somewhere where we're unemployed and we're just trying to, you know, do better. But there's a ton. I don't even know where to
Yeah.
wrap my head around it. There's a lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just don't understand what agency side does for recruiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of opinions out there too, and
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately, people give opinion from their experience, and it can be completely wrong. You
Opinion.
just had a bad experience,
Right.
and then you made your opinion
Fact.
gospel or
Yeah.
fact, or it's absolute, and that's not the case. So we want to help clear up some of that stuff, have some fun,
yeah.
especially bringing some guests on
Yeah.
that can talk about different topics and enlighten people about those topics is going to be pretty cool too.
Yeah. I think misinformation seems to be like the theme of the decade, right? On so many fronts, right? Not that our show will be political or any of that, but just there's so much coming at you so often that it is important to maybe create a place or a space where we can just like talk about some of these things and have fun with it, because the world is very stressful right now. I think it goes without saying that they say the top 5 things that people get the most stressed about are moving, changing jobs, finances, right? And so if we can alleviate some of that with some humor, with some fact-based, support, help, knowledge, that would be kind of fun to be able to do that and supportive to be able to do that. And we live in this little microcosm of employment in Vegas, which I think by and large is very different than anywhere else in the country, right? I have friends who recruit up and down California, up and down the East Coast, and I think our town is very different when it comes to technology, when it comes to salaries, when it comes to like the ecosystem of, do we have sponsorship of H-1Bs? Do we have relocation packages? It's not like recruiting on either coast or even in middle America. Like we just don't treat hiring the same as they do anywhere else, I think, in the country. And so when people talk about coming to Las Vegas for jobs, it's a little bit of I think, employment culture shock. And then people have to be really educated on jobs here, then jobs on the strip, and then jobs in certain industries. And it's a lot of work to do.
Absolutely.
And so that will be an interesting conversation to be able to have, in this format with people about what's going on, that technology can be kind of old on the strip. It can be dated. We're not doing, a lot of times we think we're doing a lot of the latest and greatest, and we're really not. And how do you attract talent here when we're behind in a lot of, not just in jobs and technology, but education, cultural, society, all that stuff,
Education can be a podcast of its own.
Right. Which is super interesting because, we all have kids in.
Absolutely.
Right. And I have kids who've been through, and I have one who's graduated out and graduating, and they've thrived. Right. And so it's not just about our education system, in my opinion. I think it takes a village. So, you get out of it what you put into it. Right.
Yes.
And so do you make that decision solely based on like, well, I'm not going to take a job there because I heard this about
Facts.
where you live.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's talk to some real people that are actually living through it, going through
Yeah.
it.
Work for it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then we can connect people too. Like people thinking about Vegas or whatever the case may be, we have a vast amount of successful placements or people that have relocated that we can connect with. We love partnerships, one of our values.
Yes.
So we really believe in that, and we just want people to have a successful transition to whatever it may be. And that's a fulfillment that we get in what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very important. Yeah, we've had people move here and it's like, well, let me help you connect with the best. Here's a list of doctors. Here's like what part of town. Like, my husband's in the mortgage industry, but you don't have to use him, but he can educate you. Like we have like an ecosystem. I've been here 23 years now, 24 years now. So we have all those connections that we can help you plug into Las Vegas in a way where it's like you're not just dropping here and just hoping like, well, how am I going to fit into this community? Right? Do I live this side? Do I live that side? What do I do with my kid? Good soccer community? Is there good theater? Like, we can help you with all of that, which is pretty cool.
Well, I think a lot of that also falls on like some like candidate side, right? Like where they don't think to ask those questions,
Right.
like, so I think recruiting needs to also be looked at like a partnership,
Yes.
right? I'm here to get you here. If you're relocating or whatever, like how to get you here. Here's all these resources. I mean, I can remember the first time I, relocated somebody. I was like on every step of the way calling. Okay, where are you? What state are you in? Where are you staying? Are you okay?
Yeah.
How's your wife? Are you guys, do you need my help? Do you need me to,
Yeah.
fly out? Not that I would.
Yeah.
but maybe. No. Let me
Yeah.
just, my little clipboard.
Yeah.
But I think it really falls under, it's a partnership. So, I mean, at least that's how I've always felt. I know recruiting shifted and I know there's people that don't feel the same way.
It's very transactional.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, if you want me to be that way, I can be that way, but I still like to follow up.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah. And there's so many relationships that we've been a part of placements that have transcended that. We've been to their baby showers and weddings
Yep.
and
Yes.
like on and on, that it's like it's a life.
yeah.
When you have 20 years doing something, you're not just like, oh, I got them their first job. I then saw them get promoted and then meet someone and marry. And it's like a lifelong relationship type thing.
Well, there's people that I've known since I got started in recruiting. I've gone to their weddings.
35 years ago.
I know. It's 300, really. When I got started, there's like, you know who you are too. We had those pool parties, remember?
He's only saying that because he's the youngest.
What?
He's only saying that because he's the youngest.
Yeah.
Then we qualified for, don't get me started. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
See, this is
Anyway.
the fun part we talk about. I got to
Yeah.
deal with it every day.
Anyway, I mean, I've gone to their pool parties,
Right.
barbecues. Like, I know all their kids. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. It's a, you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
just know them.
Mhm.
And you also see these people like going to the networking events. I run into them all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? How's your, how's the kids? How's, the job, whatever it is.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Graduations,
Yeah.
marriages, parents passing away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a lifelong
yeah.
thing. Like
Transitions.
it's, yeah, 100%.
retirement.
Yeah.
I saw one all the way to the end of retirement for him.
That's nuts.
And to this day, I'll still
35
check
years.
in with him. I still check in with him. Like, you know who you are as well. No.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
honestly, some days it does feel like 35 years.
Yeah.
No offense.
I'm not there yet. It hasn't been 35 years. I don't think your math is off.
It is. I was just being funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Like, wait a
When I
minute.
first
I
got
was like,
started as a baby,
I was like, I got to do the math there. Maybe it's almost 35 years. Oh my God.
I think you did do that.
It's 30 for me.
Is it 30?
Well, yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
30 years.
I think it's like 30
Get her
years.
a mug.
Absolutely. I'll throw a party now.
Keep it real basic.
Oh my
Here's a
God.
mug.
Yeah. 30. I think,
Use
What you get
us.
for 30 years.
30 years over there, 20 years over here.
I think I started it when it was
10
originally
years
called
here.
like headhunting. That's how
it.
long I've been in the industry.
I actually had to learn that term, like the difference between a head, because somebody called me that one time and I was like,
What?
And I went, looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's what you do. So I
Yeah.
got on the phone one day and started headhunting
Yeah.
So-
inside the.
Which
Yeah.
search engine did you use? Google or?
Did you
even know the
dial
year
up?
Google started. Boom. Hi, Google.
Yeah. My dial up modem had to like plug me in.
Oh, for real?
Can we bring that
What
back?
search engine?
It was Google. It's
I
always
think it
been
was like
Google.
Ask
Right.
Jeeves. They don't even know what that
Ask
is.
Jeeves.
Oh my god.
Do you remember Ask Jeeves?
Bing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't find me.
It's like before MySpace even came.
This is my AI face. Like, don't find me.
And Black Planet.
What is there? What?
It was called Black Planet. Blackplanet.com.
We're all gonna look these up after. Like, what?
Everyone is like Googling all this stuff right now, going like, what are these
It's
old
Google.
people talking
Oh
about?
my God. What about
AOL.com.
Party hotline.
We all remember that one. All right. Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh,
See?
yeah. Ask Jeeves. I wonder if Ask Jeeves is still even around. Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I don't think he
Yeah,
is.
No. Do you know
He's
what I'm
gonna
talking
go look it up after we're done. He's gonna be like, "Oh, you can ask Jeeves questions."
I'd rather ask Jeeves.
Oh my gosh.
When I first
ChatGPT.
got into IT, when I made the shift to IT recruiting, I did not know what the hell I was doing.
You had to
And
get a book.
someone was like, just go to whatisit.com. And I was like, what?
Is that
And
real?
no, that's how dumb I was. I went and I Googled because I was like, what's the difference between a network and a system?
Oh, goodness. Oh,
And I was
man.
like, what is it.com? I was
Oh,
like,
my
what is
goodness.
it.com? And it was like,
It
what
was
is
30
it?
then, you're
What is
right.
it? Doc?
I'm like, it was 30 then. Sorry for Sonia. Sorry, Sonia.
This is why you want to use TCG.
Yeah. Oh my
Over
gosh.
60 years of
We
combined
will.
experience.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Cause my,
You've
I
been around 100 years now.
cause my
Mhm.
friend,
Before recruiting. Where we found.
Headhunting, yeah.
oh my gosh. So I went to
Sorry.
a company
Oh.
to open up admin and finance, and then they fired their tech sales guy. And my friend Janae was like, well, you got to go on these sales calls. And I was like, no, I don't know anything about IT. And she's like, well, someone's got to go because like they're on the calendar and they're expecting someone to come from this company. I was
That's
like,
true.
"God
You gotta go.
So I was sitting in this interview, like writing all these like system and knock and like all
Oh,
these words
gosh.
down. And I was like, I don't even know what the
Yes.
hell these people were talking. And I was
Oh.
like almost in tears. And then as I'm walking out, it was my favorite client who has unfortunately since passed away. And he's like, you didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
But you wrote it down.
And I was
All
like,
that matters.
no. And he's like, well, just go back and look it up on whatisit.com.
Oh my gosh. He really just
He totally was
messed with
effing with me. And so I like got in my car and like
He's
called.
like, this
I
is
was
a lost cause.
She's like, just come back and
Oh.
I'll help you out at the office. And I got back and I Googled that and I was like, damn it. Just making fun of me. He was the best client ever because he really was like, I'll just sit in all of these interviews and I'll help you out.
You'll learn.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was the best too because one of his questions was, oh, I love this interview question. He would be like, hey, every IT person is like, save the world. So tell me about the time in an interview, in a real IT, in a real job situation where you saved the world. And oh my gosh, these like
Wow.
these tech people would like sit up and be like, "Da-da-da-da," and they would tell these stories.
He's like, I put
And
your
they
phone
would-
back to
yeah,
use.
they would
You're
like
like,
tell these amazing stories about how they like save like database or an outage, and they would just tell these stories about how they were like tech hero, right?
Absolutely.
And then he'd be like, okay, now tell me about the time where you took the world down. I was like, oh crap. And then they would tell this awful story about how they, like one guy took down like the life support system at this hospital
Oh,
in Chicago. And I was like,
no.
don't tell that story. I'm like texting Janae. I'm like, this idiot took down the life. Like, he's not going to get this job. Like, I was like, oh my God. And I'm totally embarrassed.
Oh.
And I'm like texting in the interview. And she's like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then
Life support.
and he got the job because he was honest.
He was honest.
He got the job. But-
You're hired.
but
Like,
he
shit, I don't want you against us.
But he got the job because he was honest about the error that he made. Because then the
Okay,
follow-up question
that's
is like, well,
fair.
what did you do? Like, how did you handle that situation? But meanwhile, I'm like pitting, like, oh my God, this guy.
Why does it smell?
Yeah, like, this is embarrassing. I'm like turning red. I'm like, this guy sucks. And then I go back to the office and Janae's like, oh, they hired him. I'm like, why would they do that? The guy killed everyone,
Yeah.
but it was all about how you solved the problem, not about. But in
Well,
the
how bad it
meantime, I'm
was.
like, I know nothing about anything in IT. So I'm like, this guy killed everyone in Chicago like a year ago. What the hell?
But he told the truth. That's all that matters. He
That's
told
what,
the
yeah.
truth.
That's what matters in IT is tell the
Tell
truth.
the truth. Even if you
because-
killed all those people, don't worry
right,
about
because in IT you can't cover it up.
That's
That's what
true.
I learned.
That's
Was
true.
like you can't cover it up. They'll always figure out who was the last keystroke. and
Yeah,
who did it.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
think about that, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
They always find out.
And so if they wanted to know, like, if you messed up in our environment, would you hide it or would you tell the truth? And
Tell
I
the
just
truth,
thought, like,
always.
oh, it was like the best and the worst interview. Like in 30 seconds, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's a superhero. Oh no, don't hire this guy.
That's actually a really good,
Yeah.
like almost like a full circle moment,
Yes.
right? Because you talk about your highlights and your wonderful things you
Yeah.
did in recruiting, and,
Yeah.
and then you have those low moments, right?
Yeah.
Like how do you handle the
Yes.
low moments in recruiting? And I think people don't really understand that we can be very emotional
Yeah.
if we lose, if we,
100%.
you know what I mean, to somebody, because it's relational, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Vegas is very small.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Vegas is very small.
The IT community
The IT
is
community.
tiny.
We all know each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
So it's
we know
like,
you.
yeah. But that used to actually be my line. I will
We'll
find
find you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's those peak moments where you remember really great things. And then you also remember you're sitting at your desk crying.
Yeah.
I remember a few of those. So
Yeah.
it's like, and there's not much you can do.
No.
It's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
The blue pill or the red pill?
Yeah. Right.
The truth shall.
Yeah. Yeah.
set you
Exactly.
free.
Truth says it. And it's interesting because we do all of our work for free as recruiters.
yeah. Oh,
Like-
and I think that's the other thing people don't understand.
And we don't get paid unless
Until
we
we actually place
get you a
you.
job.
Yeah.
So much of our effort is on the front end of everything that we do. I always say we kiss so many frogs
Oh,
till we
yeah.
find our prince.
Yeah.
And then we think we found the prince. And then we
You
got
got
to
to go
get the
through the whole
client
process
to
of
do it. And then clients, either like our prince or they don't.
Yeah.
And then we live or die on that sword until they decide that candidate is their prince, right? And then we start the process all over again. We had to go find all these job orders, and the job orders are also out there given to many of our competitors, right? Which is
Yeah.
part of the
Absolutely.
game, which
Yep.
is fine.
That
We're
brings
not
up
owed
another
anything, right? And then we got to start
thing.
all over again, kissing frogs, and
Yeah.
then try to do that whole dance again. And it's. We'll talk about that.
Oh.
I know in a future show, like that whole process too, and like how hard it is to keep up with all the candidates because we're trying so hard to make sure we're in contact with you and we're
Yeah.
keeping that relationship up with you. But then we're struggling to get the manager to respond to us
Yes.
so we can
Ugh.
respond to you.
so we
The
can respond
joy.
to you.
I always believe in, even if I have no news, I'm going to, you know what I mean? Somewhere along the way, send you a text message, call
Yeah.
you real quick, an email. I really,
As best we can.
yeah, even if I have zero news, I still want to check in with you. Where are we? How's it going? Oh, you did find another. That's great. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
still a part of that because I know you.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate you. Even if
Yeah.
it wasn't through me, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I want to, celebrate you for that win because
Mhm.
it's a big win, right?
Yeah.
See how she
So-
looked in your eye when she said that? Like she means it.
Yeah. Very true.
Don't get me wrong. I've made mistakes. Please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't shoot me.
Yeah. So I think it'll be fun over the course of this podcast to talk about all of those things, like from our perspective, sitting in the seats that we sit in, like
Mhm.
all the things that we've learned from, oh my gosh. So, I mean, I have, again, like, I think doing math, it's like 30 years.
30 years.
It's like 30 years.
Bobby called that.
Yeah. 30 years.
What were
doing-
you saying at the beginning? You're like 9 years.
Well, I've owned the business
Okay, I
9
was
years.
like,
Yeah.
9
I've been doing it for
Yeah. September was just,
prehistoric age.
yeah.
Dinosaurs were still roaming.
Yeah.
Do we all know? It's like,
This September will be 10 years for Torian.
For
So that's
Torian,
a big
okay.
deal.
10 years.
we should do something.
Yeah,
Big.
we will do. We
You like
should,
sandwiches? Dip. Come on by. Come see
we
us.
should do something like bullpen related or something.
Well, that's what I'm
Like
saying, but do like a whole little,
Yeah.
yay, 10 years.
10 years is a long time.
it is. Most businesses don't last past 3.
Past
So,
3, and you would know.
Is that the,
3
Hey.
small
2 to
businesses.
3
Ouch.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's painful.
Yeah. So
it's a big milestone.
It is
Like,
for
painful.
sure.
So
Anyway,
yeah,
That's a milestone.
10. Yeah.
So that's why you guys should, we've been through all trials and
Yeah.
tribulations. We're going to be here
COVID,
for a
recession.
There's
long
nothing
time.
you have told us that we don't.
Oh, some people have
Oh,
done telling us a
That's
lot.
another good one. Yeah, bring the things that we are told in confidence.
Yes.
Oh,
Sometimes not even in
Dang.
confidence. Sometimes you sit in on those interviews and the
Yeah,
manager will
the
ask
truth
a
comes out,
question
and
and the
you're like-
candidate answers and you're like, like you're on a no.
cut.
Like you wish you could take the words and put it back. You're why would
But
why?
you can't text them because they're in an
No.
interview. Like if you answer that, it's like,
Yeah, you're like be honest. Like what's on your resume? Tell the truth, and then they tell the truth in an interview. You're like,
what if we did
"Oh,
like timeouts, like
Yeah.
football, and
throw
all
a
that?
yellow
Yeah,
flag?
be like, ooh, flag. Hold up,
Flag on the flag.
hold on, bring him off the field. Let me coach you on this real. Okay, listen.
Instant replay.
Yeah.
We're going
Do
to take
not.
that back.
Rewind
We
that.
talked
back.
about
Yeah,
this, and
yeah.
you're running right back into it.
Objection
I'm gonna need
sustained.
you to-
No.
Have a referee come out.
Where's the mute button? Jesus. Oh my gosh.
Sprinkles
Yeah.
from Black, the
Yeah.
internet. It's the internet. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Way
We're
back
still-
when
we're
I
still doing
first
Ask Jeeves.
right.
Don't ask Chiefs.
Way
Might
back.
not be the right answer.
Way back in the day, it used to be what the managers would ask, and I would like look at them and be like, "No, like you cannot ask that. Like you had to educate clients."
Oh, wow.
Oh, I think
Especially when I
there's still
started in
some you have to
clerical,
do.
like you would be
Yeah.
like, you can't ask if they're pregnant. You can't ask like,
Married? Do you have children? I know they're trying to have conversation, but you cannot. Those
Yeah.
are not questions you
when
can
I started
ask.
clerical, there was like a
Oh.
skincare product in the kiosks in the malls, and I used to staff the people that worked it. And there was one manager, and I finally was like, I had to go to the VP. I was like, this guy is asking like if they would like, is that what you wear every day? I'm like, you cannot ask women
Oh my.
these
Oh
questions.
my.
He cannot do interviews. Like, I mean, there was so. I mean, this is going back
Here's
like
the
20
questions
years.
You can't
Yeah,
ask.
you
Here's
cannot
a list.
stay away
Like,
from these topics. You cannot ask like, no.
Mm.
Did you just have a baby? I'm like, no, you can't ask these
Can't ask
inappropriate
that. What?
questions. Yeah, it was so because they were worried about how people appeared.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah, I'm like,
Can
like,
you stand
sorry.
for 12 hours?
Yeah, no, you can't ask that
I don't
question.
think anyone.
No,
That's good.
sorry.
Although nurses will tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
so it's changed
Shout out
over
to
the
nurses.
years. Yeah.
Like, I see you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I forgot about all that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm having flashbacks for all
Yeah.
that. Not
So-
35, but you know.
Just say it. What's the number? We look, inquiring minds would like to know.
Mine starts at, I can't say the name. You know who they are.
Yeah. But how many years has it been?
2011 is when August 2011. I'm like, hey guys. Yeah, August 2011. A gentleman reached
Recruit.
out to me.
Yeah.
I was, oh, Lord, confessional. I was doing ADT sales, like door to door.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's all have
Used
a
to
moment of
secure your
silence
home.
for
Now I
that.
secure your
But I
career.
knew my system, so I guess that's kind of IT.
Yeah,
Because
right?
somebody had to come out and put that together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know why I was doing it. I think I just thought I had that, door to door.
Yeah.
Well, freedom, I think is what it is. Because I didn't have to sit at a desk all day and like, I had a desk, but I didn't
Yeah.
sit all
Sit,
day. I
yeah.
could go out, for like 4 or 5 hours and then come back and make my
Yeah. Calls,
calls
and
and
paperwork. And,
yeah, and I got to see some, like meet some really great people. I was in some really beautiful homes, right? Just chit chatting you up on crap, right?
Yeah.
So, and he called me. He's like, "Hey, my name is such and such," and I was like, "Okay," and like, "What? Why are you calling me?"
Mhm.
It's like, "I found your resume on." I don't
Craigslist.
even know what it was.
Jeez.
I was like, I don't even know what it was. It's a Career Builder, right? Was it Career Builder?
Craigslist,
back then?
Yeah,
Craigslist,
Craig.
Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yahoo.com? No,
Is Career Builder
sorry.
even around
Yahoo
anymore?
around?
Craigslist.
That wasn't even. I don't think that was a thing yet.
I don't think so.
I think we need dates here, yo.
Yeah.
You need to get your date.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is,
It's been a long time.
we were, and he was like, just come meet me for a Starbucks coffee. And I was like, what are you buying? Because Starbucks,
$3. Come on.
back in the
That-
day,
yeah.
it was like
And your
2011.
ADT sales, you was making money.
So anyway, I met him for coffee. We had a great conversation. And he
Yeah.
was like, just come by the office. It's just right down the street. And I was like, what? I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
I'm in Vegas. We don't just meet you at some
Yeah.
warehouse/office. But yeah, so I did. Yeah, I'm like, we don't do that. Don't get in the vans.
Don't get in the vans.
Yeah, so it just went from there. And I cannot tell you how terrified I was to pick up the phone the first time
Mm.
and call. And I still remember my conversation with him. We are still connected to this day. And I was just like, doing like trying to hide like in a corner, like
Yeah.
hoping nobody could hear me. And I know they
Yeah.
both could, the
Yeah.
other two people. And I was like,
that's gonna be fun talking about that.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Bullpen.
Yeah, the
terrified.
bullpen. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
So
Oh yeah.
I didn't know anything that he did. And I literally just asked him to walk me through it.
Yeah.
And he did. So
And now he made you the recruiter you are today.
I'm like, I love technology.
I know.
I mean,
well,
not
here we
people.
are. So now
Yeah.
this, I think that's what this podcast is going to be all about. It's kind of like reliving some of these funny stories,
Oh yeah.
talking about
Funny.
technology, what's happening in fintech. We have this little microcosm of startup companies here that I'd love to tap into.
Oh, yeah.
We hope our clients, whether or not they have permission to join us or not with their big PR permission or not, hopefully they'll be able to join us.
You know who you are.
We just want to have conversations about like what's going on. If you want to be a guest on the show, we want you to come and join
Please,
us and have
please.
those conversations with us. And
Have a
Absolutely.
good time.
yeah, just really open up what's happening. There's just a lot, like Bobby said, a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of uncertainty about jobs. And
Yes.
We just
the
kind of,
market.
I think the more we talk about these things, the more fun we can have with it, but we can also maybe open the doors for opportunities and education and learning. And for me, it's always about community and connection. So I'm excited to see where the bullpen goes and what these guys create out of it. They'll probably lead most of it, and I'll pop in as much as I can to be on it. But I don't know. I think it's going
Every
to
show.
we'll see.
Don't let her fool you. She'll
I
be
think
here.
it'll be fun. I'm excited. Maybe I'll be on most of the show. Who knows? We'll see.
Whoa.
We'll see.
You're a co-host.
We'll see what happens.
Bob?
I think it's going to be super fun.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
This is how we are throughout the day. What are you talking about? Except when I'm on the phone. I'm very serious.
Yeah.
Do you want a job
Or not.
or not?
Not.
So until next time, we'll see you in the bullpen hosted by TCG. Thank you for joining us in the bullpen hosted by TCG. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to share it with someone who you think might benefit. Also, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on our next episode. Do you want a job or not?